Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher. yeah. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome out to the third round of our Caribbean Sim Racing Organization's Special Class Series featuring Supercars. Just have to step away here for a moment from in-game. Meanwhile, I'll leave you with what we have there as in the timings. But yeah, we're on to the third round now. We're at Symmons Plains Raceway. Quirky little track, but I don't know how they do it, but they do race this track in real life. And we are definitely looking forward to racing it here in these exact cars that they take around this short circuit here in Australia. How are you guys doing out there in chat land? Say hi to us out there in chat. I keep checking it quite so often just to see you guys, what you guys are saying. Right, so we've done 2 rounds already, and this is where it stands at the ending of those 2 rounds right here. We've got Justin Nasseir ahead of the table here, followed by Marlon Young, Sean Lee, Martin Webster, Jevon Gunning, Christian Rajnauth, Tommi Gore, Joel Dallas, Kurt Moss, Rahul Nasseir, Danny Nasseir, Klaus Clint, Oswin Wilson, Lance Nasseir, and John Green. We are in for a race today, guys. That's for sure. We're actually missing some guys today as well. But rest assured, we've got 9 of CSRO's better drivers, and they are ready to put on a show here for you at Symmons Plains Raceway. So we're just waiting now to go into qualifying. We're currently in overtime. Overtime gives us an opportunity. Those who might have not finished their fast lap, overtime just gives them an opportunity to get that in. Alright, here we go, and what is this weather? Oswin Wilson is the first out. It seems as though there's a bit of smoke. It's a lot of mist, guys. It's a lot of mist. And it seems as though this is going to be quite an interesting qualifying session here, as we've got Oswin Wilson leading the charge here. Obviously, they're not all on a valid lap just yet. They've got to complete this first out lap, and then they begin their fast laps. But you won't see those fast laps just yet either. If you followed us in last weekend's race, you'll know that they have to shave off some of that fuel to get to the optimum time zone, fastest time zone in these cars. It doesn't just happen for these cars, but it happens obviously for every motor racing car and series, that you want to basically get your tires heated up, and also you might want to carry a little less fuel so that you could go faster. That does relate to sim racing, which is what we are doing. This is nothing compared to your Need for Speed and even Project Cars. I see a lot of people mentioning that Project Cars 2 was a hardcore simulator. It was not. And that's not just my opinion. You can go ahead and Google the best simulations, motor racing or racing simulations, and that's what they're going to tell you. And it has a lot to do with physics. It has a lot to do with the dynamics of the actual sim. Well, we don't say games, we call it simulation. And so you know, Project Cars wasn't really up there. But I digress, as Oswin Wilson is not gonna be able to register a fast lap there after cooking it a little too much there into turn 1. Sorry, turn 2. And you can see Rahul Nasseir catching up behind him because of it. Well, let's stick with Rahul. Let's go with... Oh, Rahul actually canceled that lap as well. He's actually way back in the pits now. And has got me all messed up on who to follow here. I think it was Martin Webster that was behind. Yes, and Martin Webster actually overtook Oswin Wilson. So Martin Webster is the next person to actually try and register. Who's in front of him? It's Oswin. Oh, so Oswin does register a time, but it's obviously not his fastest time, as Rahul Nasseir. I thought we lost Rahul Nasseir. Well, there he is. He registered the fastest time there with a 53.471, Rahul. And we've got Martin Webster right behind him, a 10th off. Ooh, he makes another mistake there, Rahul. But he made a mistake in the last bout, and I'm really not sure how that registered, though. I think we saw him went off track. So those are the timings as they are right now. Let's take you in the game with Rahul Nasseir as he goes for his fast lap now. Kurt Moss there goes fastest, ladies and gentlemen. He's on the super softs. They're all on the super softs except John Green. John Green is on the soft tire compound right now. But Kurt Moss there is actually the man to beat after watching them practice here for the entire week. They actually, all of our championships, all of our races, all of our rounds, these guys have got a week to prepare and get themselves in order. They can take that week and work on their car setups as we watch Nasseir. Ooh, that backhand comes around just a bit. He comes across the line and cannot improve. Martin Webster as well does not improve on his position, but he does improve on his best time. Oswin Wilson goes into the pits. Klaus Klintz having a bit of issue there. He's trying to find the tarmac, but instead he's finding the gravel, and he's got to watch himself. He's going to come back on in front of Christian Rajnauth. Here is Christian Rajnauth representing Team ER Racing. He's currently sitting in 6th position at the moment. And we've got the first 5 minutes of qualifying complete. John Green actually takes that position away from Christian Rajnauth, and he's trying to bring that car to a stop, but he's going to mess up Kurt Moss in the process. You can see Kurt Moss teleporting back into the pits. Now we're watching Christian Rajnauth here to see if he can do a little bit better. Christian has been missing races here and missing the opportunity to practice due to his studies at the University of Guyana. But he still manages to come on here almost every Saturday to take part in our races here at CSRO. If you'd like to join us, you can very well do so. Just send us a message on any one of our social media sites and we'll get you started. You do have to go through an evaluation process just so we know that you're capable of racing here with us. We don't want too much of an issue with new drivers not knowing the rules, basic rules, and even go in depth with you with some other rules on how to conduct yourself around a race course, especially racing with other persons on track. Like I said earlier, it's not your regular arcade game. There's a lot to take into consideration when handling these cars, especially these V8 supercars. and you know, you got to go through a little evaluation process, but it doesn't take long. We personally take a hands-on approach in doing so, show you where you're going wrong. And you know, Christian Rajnauth is actually on a controller, an Xbox controller. As he goes into the wall there, definitely gonna mess up that round. Where's Rahul? He just completed another lap, or completed an out lap. Doesn't like probably his setup, so he's gonna bring that car off track, back into the pits. Oswin Wilson, a very pacey guy here in these supercars, is one to watch today, as he almost got it in the bag for the last outing here in these cars when we were down at just give me a sec right quick. Right, let's see, Moss is on his out lap right now. Right, so I was saying when... Oh, and Kurt Moss messes up that turn as well. Rahul has just come out of the pits. Oswin himself just out of the pits as well. And we're going to stick with Oswin here because we know he's got the potential to go a bit faster here. But this turn here proven to be quite tricky for the guys, as we slowly approach 10 minutes gone in qualifying here, which leaves us with 20 to go. We're gonna go in car now with Oswin Wilson around here at Symmons Plains. Oh, he's not gonna make that, and he's got a Danny Nasseir looking at him at the end of that strip. Let's head back now with probably Kurt Moss. I think Kurt Moss is now coming out of the pits. But Oswin as well is now exiting the pits here. Where's John Green at? He's currently sitting in 6th position here. As Rahul Nasseir is probably going to exit that lap and get back in. He's currently sitting in 2nd right now. Rahul still good positioning here for him on the start. As we know, overtaking is going to be quite tricky to do out here. It's very misty out here though at Symmons Plains. Seems as though Oswin has finally got that car, so let's get back in there with him. He's finally got this car on a fast lap, and I was saying earlier that he had it in the bag at Barbagallo, which was round 2 of the supercars, but he lost it due to an internet connectivity issue, which sent him off and out of the race. But he came back. He later came back to unlap himself, I think it was 2 times, and even passing the leaders of the race, ladies and gentlemen, with the amount of pace he had there at Barbagallo. We're hoping he can replicate it here at Symmons Plains, as the tracks are not that different. Gets past Danny Nasseir there. Just a little bit too much maybe. Oh, and he goes fastest with a 53 flat, almost 53 and 5/1000ths of a second, ladies and gentlemen. That's the pace I was talking about. Some 64 thousandths of a second faster though than Kurt Moss. Where you start on this track, where you start on the grid, the opportunity that you have because of it being so tight for overtaking, you want to be this fast in qualifying. There's only 18 minutes left in the qualifying session, though. There's a lot of time for him to lose that 64 thousandths of a second that he has to Kurt Moss. And so Kurt Moss now goes fastest with a 52.942. Wow! To put 63 thousandths of a second between himself and Oswin Wilson. Doing some 2/10 fastest there from his previous time. He's going to cancel that lap now safely in a corner, but Oswin Wilson now has his life in a little bit of shambles here. He's got to work back for this position if he wants to win this race, that's for sure. Where is Rahul Nasseir? He's coming around the penultimate turn now. Can he do better to close in the gap between himself and Oswin Wilson? It doesn't seem so. That was an invalid lap, maybe. So he's going to go again. Meanwhile, Martin Webster is missing his teammate Marlon Young today. Marlon Young just getting back home from an outing, and so he's not going to be able to. Rahul Nasseir sliding that rear end around there. I wonder if it's going to help him any much. Because that seemed quite a bit faster than the usual way to take that turn. No, it doesn't help him. He's still down by some 1 second, 1.2 seconds here to Kurt Moss. And Oswin Wilson is back in the pits. Kurt Moss is back out on track, however, and trying to open up that gap to Oswin Wilson. 16 minutes left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying session is now getting started by my books. So you're gonna want to have to stick here with us. Just taking a look around, making sure everything is going well with the stream and so on. I also am doubling, ladies and gentlemen, as their race director here, as Klaus Klint goes 7th fastest to take that position away from Christian Rajnauth. Klaus has been improving a lot lately, I must say. Just want to complete Rahul's lap here. Doesn't seem as though he's on a flyer. Comes across the line now, and no, he's not going to be any better there. So Klaus Klint has been improving here out at CSRO. He's actually been getting help from the rest of the guys in the camp here. And that is what CSRO is about. It's one big family, ladies and gentlemen. So when you get out here, the competition is tight. We've got rivals between Oswin Wilson and Marlon Young. That's been brewing and going on for the longest while, right? And it's just pure fun out here. And at the end of the day, we are a family. And Klaus Klint just taking too much there on the exit and goes into the gravel patch. So we'll follow Martin Webster now. But I was saying about Klaus Klint, he's been getting that help there from the rest of guys around here, because he's definitely not the fastest guy on the grid. But that doesn't say, you're not the fastest guy on the grid. So what? We actually will help you get there, show you where you're going wrong. And Martin taking that curb there, and it's proven to be a mistake. Apparently, John Green doesn't seem as though he has the pace, ladies and gentlemen, to pull up out of the bottom 5, or bottom 4, I should say. And so Klaus has been getting that help. He's been improving, and to see him there in the 7th position ahead of Christian Rajnauth in particular, and Danny Nasseir as well, as Danny Nasseir has been known to outpace Klaus Klint since Klaus began racing with us. It's pretty good, and it's a testament to him improving on his skills here. It's just a matter of requesting the assistance, and it will be done onto you. As we've got, Oswin is now coming back out on the track here. We're going to stick with John Green, though. Maybe take a ride around Symmons Plains with him to see if he can improve on his time here. Just under 13 minutes left in the qualifying session here. And as simple as the track may seem, that hairpin there is one deadly hairpin. If you get it wrong under braking, you get it wrong entirely. You're not going to be able to pull that back as easy as one would hope and like. As you can see, it's quite difficult to get back on the power. I think he tried drifting it around there, John Green, but it's not going to work, unfortunately. Oswin Wilson comes across the line now to begin his fast lap, and we're going to stick with Ozzy here. Oh, too much there on the curb of at the exit of the curb there, of the turn there. And I think his lap has already been disposed of. I am not seeing the timer moving above, so I do believe he did go all. It's about three tires off. Once the 3 tires cross the white line, it's an invalid lap. You can get 2 tires out there, but once the 3rd one gets out there, you are basically done for the lap. Okay, he's coming out here fast now. Switches over to take the right-hander here. Ooh, goes back on the power as well. Nicely done there, but he seems very much smoother than the last go. Oh, he's coming up to a bit of traffic here. And they decide to go straight. Well done by them. That's beautiful work. And that's some of the knowledge there that we have, you know, placed upon these guys. Once they're in a qualifying session, they're not on a fast lap, give way to the guys behind them. Now, those are one of the regulations that you must follow out here, and you must adhere to. He takes too much of that curb again, Aussie, and that setup probably isn't working for him. He gets back into the pits. Rahul Nasseir, though, now begins his flying lap. Let's ride with him. Ooh, too much, I believe. Yes, indeed. And he just went back on the power out of frustration there. But Martin Webster now is about to begin his flyer. And they're all going for that curb, but that's a big no-no as it pushes the car out, actually. Unsettles the car so much that you lose that front right end grip and pushes the car out as they come down the middle straightaway, I should say, into the hairpin here. Well done by Martin. Now that sounded actually faster than what we are seeing here. Martin Webster is actually in a Nissan Altima. Some of the guys are in other cars, of course. There's the Ford Mustang as well as the Holden Commodore in these supercar variants here. These supercars are all homologated cars, meaning that they are street cars as well. The entire series was, and he comes across the line to begin his fast lap now, but it seems as though it's not going to be anything good here from Martin Webster. His last lap there was a 54.205, but his best is a 53.508. Christian Rajnauth is back out here on track as we are under 10 minutes left in the session. We are missing quite a few guys here today. This field is supposed to be 16 strong. But of course, life does get in the way of sim racing. Whether or not we hold it during the week or on the weekends. Ooh, Martin Webster quite faster there. Then Christian Rajnauth through that first turn. He's chasing Christian now. Christian might just be a bit of traffic for Martin as he's trying to go faster here. We've got Kurt Moss and Oswin Will Christian there, trying to stay out of the way of Martin and Webster. But it seems as though Martin decided to go on the same side that Christian was going to put his car so that Martin could get by. Ooh, and Martin messes that one up, so we'll switch to Rahul Nasseir, who's not that far away from Martin right now. On the track, well, Martin just teleported back into the pits, but he's sitting right now in third position here, Rahul. And we're gonna stick with him here as he tries to go faster and claim some time here to Oswin Wilson and Kurt Moss. We're slowly approaching the 5-minute mark here, and that's known to us as crunch time. That's when everyone's trying to get the fastest lap in if they haven't already decided or expended all of the opportunities offered to them. Rahul Nasseir. Ooh, he's not going to be able to stop. Look at it. And he takes that all the way to the wall. The momentum in that car. Ooh, here's someone that we haven't looked at since. It's Sean Lee. Sean Lee actually coming off of a third in the last event at Barbagallo. Doing quite well out there, I must add. Sitting in the Ford Mustang here. Sean Lee is poised to probably be in the top 5 to 3 position. And so he's definitely one to look for here. He's not doing so well in qualifying. But what he misses out in qualifying, he does not miss in the race, guys. Especially since he's getting accustomed now to this car in particular. I heard he's also the man to talk to in setting up your car. He's been doing so for I think, oh man, that I just remembered. He sent me a livery, a custom livery. I added it to the server, but unfortunately these guys were practicing so late. When you do stuff like that, you need to restart the server. I didn't want to restart the server while they were practicing, and so it did not get to register as being on a line, and you will not be able to see it here on Sean Lee's car. I'm so sorry about that. Very, very sorry about that. He went through all the you know, I think he felt so confident about his car and the way he performed in the last race that he went through all that trouble to get that custom livery done, and unfortunately I messed up on activating it here on the server. He does not improve on that last lap, and I'm terribly sorry there, Sean Lee, but definitely for the next round it will be there. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in crunch time. Kurt Moss is back out on track, and he's still trying to open the lead, or is testing his race setup. You know, last week while we were with the single make cars, we had a lot of guys practicing and basically doing hot laps throughout the entire week and did not even test their car under the full fuel composition. So the car threw them off big time, and they were making a lot of mistakes throughout the race. It was quite unfortunate because we had some guys up there, like for instance Azad Hassan, who was actually supposed to be here today. He's practiced today, but knowing Azad, he's not gonna probably make it because of work. and as well as Afraz Ali, they both didn't do a lot of testing with the race setup, and so it messed them up just quite a bit, I should say. In the actual race, they didn't perform that well. We had Azad for probably third position. John Green actually joined me in that commentary. If you want to go, you can check it out back there in our on our YouTube channel. Oh, Martin Webster goes faster than Rahul Nasseir here with a 53.282 to take that third position away here. He leads the second grouping on the grid here now, Martin Webster, and has an opportunity over Rahul Nasseir to actually be on the podium. As I say, these cars, it's going to be very difficult to pass each other here on the Symmons Plains Raceway. John Green not doing better here to bring that car above 6th position. Quite strange, I might add, too. But that Mustang is probably proven to be a little bit tricky for him. Martin Webster takes that car into the pits. He's probably satisfied with that run, but does Rahul Nasseir have an answer? What about Oswin Wilson? He's still on his outlap here, Oswin Wilson. And it says Rahul as well. Klaus Clint, he's following Kurt Moss at the moment. Christian Rajnauth out here still trying to, he's got a lot of issues there he's trying to battle with. Danny Nasseir, haven't visited him since qualifying has begun. And what just happened there? Rahul Nasseir takes it away from Martin Webster. Wow, nicely done there by Rahul, and he's actually going to teleport back into the pits. Yeah, a little bit of responding there. Klausland goes one way and Oswin the other. He's back out Rahul Nasseir. John Green now is the last person here on a flyer, maybe, with 40 seconds left in the session. We've got Klaus Clint and Danny Nasseir trying as well. Danny comes around the penultimate turn now, and he does not improve. Let's ride with John Green here. Can John Green take that any positions above him, away from any one of these guys above him with 5 seconds? Oh, he's probably trying to drift it around this turn, but it seems as though he's lost even more time there. It actually says that the lap is invalid, but he is going, yeah, he's definitely going to take it into the pits now. And here's a look at pit lane. And that's it for our session. We do have one other person there on track. It's Danny Nasseir. And he takes that car back into the pits. Yes, he does. And so that is the end of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. And this is where we stand at the moment after the official qualifying session. It's Kurt Moss with a 52.942 there. He did that on a super soft tire, and followed by, in 17 laps I might add, followed by Oswin Wilson there. They both are in the Holden Commodores, and we've got Rahul Nasseir there in the Nissan Altima bringing up third. Martin Webster as well in the Nissan Altima. And then Sean Lee in the Ford Mustang, followed by John Green in the Ford Mustang as well. Timings there are on, there it is on your screen. Followed by Klaus Clint, Christian Rajnauth, Danny Nasseir. Only John Green and Martin Webster did their times on the, well actually John Green did his time on the softs. Martin Webster did his on the super softs. But this is where they stand now, ladies and gentlemen. I'd just like to welcome you out. If it's the first time that you're following us, welcome. We hold races every Saturday, and we currently have 4 different championships underway. We've got the GT3 championship, we've got the single make championship, we've got the special class championship, and next weekend we'll have our Caribbean endurance championship. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 3rd round of our special class, the championship, Supercars at Symmons Plains Raceway. Welcome. All right, we're just waiting on the time to count down here into race. They've got 1 hour to go racing, and there's a mandatory pit stop, but whether or not there was a mandatory pit stop, those tires aren't gonna last out here, especially if you want to be fast. If you want to go with the soft tires or the super soft tires, they're not gonna last out here at Symmons Plains Raceway. The degradation is just too high, and so you're gonna have to worry about your fuel as well. You know, if you don't want to carry all that fuel around this track, make that car too heavy and slow, you're gonna have to take that pit stop to refuel your car. I did mention earlier, this is a simulation, ladies and gentlemen. And that being said, let me just try to get a nice position here for the start. Yeah, that being said, these guys are gonna have to watch it here. So we got Kurt Moss sitting on the starting grid there, followed by Oswin Wilson, Rahul Nasseir, Martin Webster, Sean Lee, John Green, Klaus Clint, Christian Rajnauth, and then Danny Nasseir. Like I mentioned, we did have more guys signed up for this event, but unfortunately life has gotten in the way. Guys, welcome out. Have fun, be safe, remember the regulations.
Good luck, Danny. Good luck, Clint.
Thank you. You too.
Same to you.
$30 seconds. Keep comms clear. All right, we're about to go racing here. We've got 20 seconds left on the clock before the lights will begin their sequence. And we've got 6 lights in order to do that. Here they are. And it's almost time now. There we go. The countdown sequence is on. 6 lights are on. Ooh, someone jumped the start there. They're now off. We've got Christian Rajnauth with a drive through penalty. I do believe we saw Martin Webster as well. But Kurt Moss gets off nicely. What has happened there? It's John Green into the rear of Martin Webster and taking out Rahul Nasseir in the event as well. They try to get going now. They both do get going. And John Green as well is in front of them. He did wait on them. Sean Lee as well been given a drive-through penalty. I don't know what has happened there. They tried to jump the start. They know they needed a start. A good job. Klaus Clint with an issue, ladies and gentlemen. Off the line as well. But it's Kurt Moss with the whole shot right now. Followed by Oswin Wilson.
Martin is on the start there, no?
They come around the penultimate turn now. Oswin Wilson in chase. We've got these guys already going to take their drive-through penalties. You want to do it as soon as possible. Martin Webster goes as well. But Kurt Moss does. These guys are definitely given the opportunity above the rest of them. Sean Lee, there's our race direction saying Sean Lee, drive-through taken. And Danny Nasseir is ultimately out of this race, unfortunately. Christian Rajnauth as well, taking that drive-through. Kurt Moss still has the whole shot and is increasing the lead there over Oswin Wilson. But strategies might permit this, and we don't know. We can't call it just yet. It's John Green, though, already up into third, overtaking Rahul Nasseir to do so. Rahul does have those blue flag cars in front of him. Kurt Moss pits. I think he too might have been given a penalty. I'm not sure. Yes, he was given a penalty as well, so he did take it. I actually did not realize that there at the start of the race, but he's now back on track and all the way back into fourth position, ladies and gentlemen. So it's Oswin Wilson now that takes the lead of this race. Inherits the lead, I should say. And Kurt Moss is now all the way back in fifth position. Sean Lee, Christian Rajnauth, Martin Webster, and Danny Nasseir as well are down by a lap here. But here is the rest of the field behind Oswin Wilson. There's now some 14.5 seconds buffer to these guys and Oswin Wilson. Can you imagine that? Such a short track spells much disaster here, as fastest lap award goes to Oswin Wilson with a 54.274, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to let up on this opportunity that has been given to him. He's going to take every inch of it. So we're looking at John Green now. He's followed closely here by Rahul Nasseir. We've got Christian Rajnauth behind them as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Klaus Klint all the way up into fourth. And we've got Kurt Moss there in fifth still. During the drive-through penalty, you simply cannot do anything to your car. So you're just allowed to enter the pits, drive through, and exit the pits. You're not allowed to stop, of course, do anything, even if you want to, like, I don't know, sit out the timing or whatever. That's totally oh, Rahul Nasseir with an issue. We saw him going in there way too hot and loses a lot of time there behind John Green. Klaus Klint might be, it's Martin Webster that's behind Rahul Nasseir, as the grid is not in line. It's Rahul Nasseir with another issue. Those rears are probably overheating at the moment. The rear tires, that is. So it's a lot of mistakes here he's making, and he's got to watch for Klaus Klint. Klaus is about 14 seconds away though. So he's kind of safe, Rahul Nasseir, but he's losing time to John Green. He's got a lot of issues with Rahul, and Martin Webster's trying to unlap himself now to get on with his business. Martin Webster all the way back into 8th after that 4th position start. The guy who beat him to that 3rd is actually right in front of him. Currently looking, we've got Kurt Moss now under a lap as Oswin has passed him. I don't know why they jumped the start like that. I think the lights are random. That is what we know for sure. They're not always gonna start at the same amount of time between the last light being on and then them all going off. It's obviously random, just like in the real world. They're all random, so I don't know if they anticipated it and they just messed it up. But we had 3 or 4 guys, maybe 5 guys, messing it up there on the start line. I think also what might have happened is that others saw some guys there going and decided to go themselves, and that's what you get for following the leader, I suppose. Klaus Klint there with his fastest lap of a 56.7, I think it was. Oh, Martin Webster a little bit too much. Yes, way too much. He's facing the opposite direction there, Martin Webster. And he teleports back into the pits, assuming he's got major damage there. Kurt Moss too with an issue. This little track is just way too much for these guys. The pressure is on. Meanwhile, Oswin Wilson is running away with the race so far. He's got 20.2 seconds to John Green. He's not even that close. Where is Sean Lee to Kurt Moss? He's not that far away. And he's even going to get lapped now by the rest of the field as we see John Green behind him here. But he's not that far away from Kurt Moss here, Sean Lee, so he has an opportunity to claim a position. He's got about 6 seconds at this turn here, so we'll stick with him and see where he is at the end of the lap. Pit window is open. They've got 37 minutes and 15 seconds to take that pit stop. I think we just saw Martin Webster back out. Yes, he's back out now. Danny Nasseir claiming a position over him in the process. So that 4th position start, they're getting all messed up due to some conundrum at the start of the race there, with about 5 guys all jumping the start of this race. Then we had John Green coming into the rear of, it's Klaus Klint now in the pits, gives Kurt Moss an opportunity to take a position over him here. And Sean Lee as well. Klaus Klint was doing quite well. I'm not sure why he's in the pits already. It's about 10. They're on the 10th lap now. Oswin is on the 10th lap now. So I am wondering if that is a strategic call there by Klaus Klint to take that car into the pits. He's back out. And we've got Christian Rajnauth going the other way here at the hairpin once again. He gets going though. And as we can see Klaus Klint coming up there at the front stretch, well, mid-section of the track to enter into the hairpin. Christian Rajnauth is above him, back in 6th position now. Where is Sean Lee to Kurt Moss? He's still got that 10-second buffer there applied against him to Kurt Moss. So he's going to have a lot of work to do here within the 50 minutes of this race remaining. He's seeing blue flags right now though, as John Green is not that far away from him. Oh, getting all shaky there. John Green out of the hairpin. Meanwhile, Oswin Wilson is running away with this race, ladies and gentlemen. He's just got to try and keep his cool. His composure has got to be in tip-top shape here around Symmons Plains Raceway. We see a lot of casualties around this short but dangerous circuit. He's coming up now to Klaus Klint. Klaus will want to stay out of his way, but he's not really in a striking position just yet, Oswin Wilson. But enjoying a 23-second buffer to John Green. That is almost a free pit stop. One is thinking that is around 30 seconds to a free pit stop here at Symmons Plains. in these supercars, and you're gonna have to you're gonna want to capitalize and maximize your in lap, as is the norm in any motor racing series, to try and stay ahead of John Green. Klaus Clint does get out of the way of Oswin Wilson. Through that section is a very dangerous one. So Oswin does get going on his usual business. He doesn't lose any time whatsoever there to John Green. As a matter of fact, he's opened that lead, and he continues to open that lead, I believe, to John Green. As John now crosses the line, he's still got Sean Lee in front of him. But will Sean Lee give him by, just as we saw Klaus Clint did? I don't believe so. He's probably going to want John right up under him before he gives him the opportunity, as he does not want to lose any time to Kurt Moss. As you can see, Kurt Moss now round the second hairpin, the double chicane. Ooh, a little bit too much here. The double apex turn here. It looks as though Kurt Moss's pace has come back to him, and he's not trying, but he is ahead of Sean Lee by quite a bit now. Yes, indeed. As we now see Sean Lee coming around turn 2. And Kurt Moss already on the back straight, basically. So that might be lost. Christian Rajnauth has got about the same amount of time between himself and Sean Lee. Klaus Clint is even further away from Christian Rajnauth. Almost at, oh, it's Kurt Moss there into the pits. Yes, it is. Not sure if this is strategic or not. I want to believe it is, though, as we're already on the 15th lap here of this race. But Oswin Wilson not in the pits just yet, though. Moss there losing positions. Oh, Klaus Clint with an issue again at the head of the hairpin. He loses about 2 positions there. Oh, and he's even got more troubles here. Klaus Clint into that wall. That's going to be detrimental and probably losing a lot of time. Yes, indeed, a lot of damage as well. As he takes it back into the pits, Klaus Clint, he's probably angry with himself and frustrated by making that mistake. He was sitting so nicely up the field there, Klaus Clint. Martin Webster, though, already with a pit stop in his name. Martin Webster and Kurt Moss there with the 2 pit stops thus far. Look at Rahul Nasseir sitting in 3rd still. Sean Lee is right up there behind him in 4th. And so we got a race in our hands now. Actually, Sean Lee has got to unlap himself before he can even fight for that 3rd position. He can see Rahul Nasseir in front of him, but Rahul is an entire lap ahead of him in that 3rd position. It is a short track, though. We're hoping that these guys are hoping that the guys in front of them have issues where they can claim 2 and 3 laps to them maybe at the ending of this race. We don't know, but it seems as though Oswin is quite comfortable there in 1st. He's now in the pits, Oswin Wilson. Goes, brings it to a stop there, Oswin Wilson. And where is John Green? John will get ahead of him, but that is without a pit stop. So Oswin Wilson still has the upper hand so far. He gets back going though, Oswin. He's in third, it says. I don't think that is correct. No, it is not. He's still in second. Here he is joining right behind John Green. Did Rahul Nasseir get past him? Oh, it's Sean Lee with an issue? Yes, it is. Oh, no. Sean Lee's going to lose even more time now. He's all the way back into fifth as Christian Rajnauth goes ahead in fourth. What a change of events here. Sean Lee, my gosh. After doing so well to get back up there. Major issues there for Klaus Clint again. But now Kurt Moss, after taking that pit stop, is behind Sean Lee. Sean Lee still to pit. Where is Rahul Nasseir? He's coming across the finish line now and into turn 1 and 2. John Green is ahead of him by 11-12 seconds, I suppose. And meanwhile, Oswin Wilson is ways away here from Rahul Nasseir, who he needs to claim a position over. Christian Rajnauth up into fourth, Sean Lee into the pits. So this short track has got a lot of people confused, it seems. They want to know who's in front of them, I would suppose. But so far I can tell you, Oswin Wilson has pitted. Kurt Moss, Martin Webster, Sean Lee, and Klaus Clint. So John Green, Rahul Nasseir, they need to pit. Christian Rajnauth as well. And Sean Lee. They all need to pit. And so we're going to see a change in position here shortly. Sean Lee goes down a position there to Kurt Moss. Oswin Wilson trying to unlap himself, not to lose any more time here, to reclaim his first position. He has to get ahead of John Green. He has to do so because when John pits, it's just about 25 seconds to that buffer that he needs, and he can't have it if he's this far away. He's trying now, he's looking, but here's the thing, John Green is not gonna let him pass because John is doing the calculations himself. These guys are thinking exactly what we're thinking. He's asking who's behind me, John Green. And Oswin is trying so hard.
You there behind me? Why is this thing confusing?
And he's trying Oswin Wilson. But John is not going to give it to him. Not at all.
Behind me, sure.
There's no confusion. It's just a short track, John.
It's showing Rahul is behind me.
It is correct. It is correct. Oswin is in third position. A lap under. So he's kind of confused, John Green, as to what is going on, but that's what you get with a short track such as Symmons Plains Raceway. Oswin is an entire lap under John Green now, and he's trying to unlap himself to get on with his business. Ooh, Danny Nasseir off track there. This is not good. This is not good for Oswin. He wants to get by. He wants to keep those tires alive. Ooh, and it seems as though John might be going way too slow for Oswin through this section here. He's right up on the bumper. Does he have what it takes, ladies and gentlemen, to take this position over John Green? Yes, he does. He does get the job done. Oh, but he almost outbreaks himself. John is now back on the inside. Oh, what a situation there for Oswin Wilson, but he does get by to unlap himself. John is coming back, however. And here's the thing, regulation does permit, but John makes a mistake. It's just too much there for John. Regulation does permit that you are allowed to unlap yourself once you can prove to open the gap to the person you're trying to unlap yourself from. And John simply just gave it to him there. He could have played ball, he could have played nasty, John Green, and try to keep Oswin Wilson behind him, seeing that he has inherited that first position with an entire lap to his name. But Oswin is on a charge. He's not going to let that happen. He's going to fight for what is his, and missing out on it there in the last race here for the Supercars. He's on a charge from since then. Meanwhile, Rahul is some 5 seconds away here from that fight. He's got an opportunity too to bring the fight to John Green here at the round of pit stops. Martin Webster down 2 laps, unfortunately, now in 6th position with some 40 seconds to Kurt Moss in front of him. Sean Lee, however, is not that far away from Martin Webster. Christian Rajnauth, I skipped him because he is by himself there with that 1 lap down from the top 3, while these 3 here are 2 laps down from the top 4. Well, 2 laps down from the top 3 and 1 lap to Christian Rajnauth. Klaus Klint does reclaim that position over Danny Nasseir there to be in 8th position. That's some I think 3 points. Is it? Let me just check and see here. Don't want to give you guys wrong information. Yeah, it's gonna be 2 points. Yeah. So Klaus Klint with 2 points and Danny Nasseir there with the 1 point. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up there. It's Danny Nasseir with the 2 points and Klaus Klint with 4 at the moment. Five seconds now, still actually between John Green and Rahul Nasseir. And they still are to pit, John Green and Rahul Nasseir. Oswin Wilson did pit on the 9th lap of this race. Christian Rajnauth hasn't pitted just yet. Kurt Moss did so on the 12th lap of this race. Martin Webster on the 18th lap. Sean Lee did so on the 7th lap. And we're now with 35 minutes left on the clock here. Almost an end to the first stint, ladies and gentlemen. Or the first half of this race. It seems as though Rahul is claiming some time to John Green, or John Green is slowing down. I do believe John Green is in the pits. No, he's not, but he just lost about 2 seconds to Rahul Nasseir there. So this fight is coming, and it's not to say that we probably didn't expect it. Rahul Nasseir, since the beginning of CSRO, back then we were just called CSR, Caribbean Sim Racing, but from the beginning of CSRO time, or CSR time, Rahul has always found himself in a fight with John Green, and here he is right now, under 3 seconds to the senior. Let's ride with the youngster. Ooh, you can see how tricky it is to run these cars. Oh, and he makes a mistake there. That might be commentator's curse, unfortunately. And now that gap has reopened once more. Oh man, we were hoping he can do the do and close that gap. Kurt Moss now trying to unlap himself here. Let's see how this works out. A little bit too much there. Oh no, Kurt Moss goes all the way around and into the fence. Martin Webster. Oh, he's having a hard time here getting going again. Oh, he's gonna have to reverse. What Christian Rajnauth now comes around. There's an entire car almost blocking him. Oh, he gets going, he gets going. Oh man. An opportunity there lost by Kurt Moss to unlap himself and get the business going. John Green might be coming off of the pace now as he's on the 30th lap of this race. But Rahul Nasseir, after that mistake, is seeing him again. Kurt Moss goes into the pits seemingly with damage, I suppose, or to change those tires. They might have fallen off too soon. Martin Webster goes ahead. What is Kurt Moss running? He's on the super softs at the moment. John Green is on the softer tire, so he's got a longer stint he's looking at here between the between himself and Rahul Nasseir. He gets this section here quite right now, it seems. The time isn't coming down there to John Green. Kurt Moss gets back going again. The laps are so short here. We've got Danny Nasseir facing the other way. And now his son Rahul Nasseir's got a whole car in front of him. Danny trying to get out of the way, and he did so eventually. Not causing that much issues, I hope, to the front runners. Yeah, well, the time remains the same between Rahul Nasseir and John Green. Oswin Wilson sitting in third position. Oh, it's Kurt Moss! More issues for Moss here. But he gets going again. Klaus Clint is a ways away from him, so he's probably allowed to make, allowed to make that mistake, but he's not allowed to make it on the basis of trying to claim some time here to Martin Webster. Danny Nasseir is back in the pits again. This track, as little as it may seem, as short as it may seem, is quite underestimating in terms of the collateral damage, ladies and gentlemen. Martin Webster goes into the pits quite slowly, I might add. And Sean Lee takes that position over him. Danny Nasseir getting back out. John Green still with the lead of this race, and Oswin Wilson with an issue. Into turn 3 it looks like, and now John Green goes back ahead of him. This is a serious mistake here by Oswin Wilson. It might lose him the race. The pace that he had there is what he needed to close that gap and maybe fight for the winning positions here at the end of the race. But now I think he's just bottled it. Christian Rajnauth in the pits. Kurt Moss and Danny Nasseir with more issues. Both at the same place. Oswin into the pits again. He's on those super softs. I wonder if he's going to change up. Nasseir with even more time between himself and John Green. Meanwhile, Sean Lee goes into the pits. He's back out though. Where is Christian Rajnauth? He's ahead of him by a lap. So Sean Lee's got a lot of work to do here. 13 minutes, 20 seconds left until the pit window closes. And we've got 28 minutes and 10 seconds left in this race. Christian here trying to unlap himself from Rahul Nasseir, it seems. Kurt Moss over Sean Lee there. That was a change of position. They're fighting. They're on the same amount of laps under the leaders. So Kurt Moss at the end of this little straight here, and so is Sean Lee right behind him. Some 4 seconds, so we've got a race in our hands now. John Green and Rahul Nasseir still to pit. They're the only two that need to pit right now. Everyone else has entered the pit. Seems as though Kurt Moss is opening the lead to him. Sean Lee, that is. And we've got Oswin Wilson here coming around to lap Sean Lee. Even closer now, Oswin Wilson. Let's hope he gets by. He does. Look at that slingshot right through there. It doesn't last long there. Martin Webster even closer now to Sean Lee on the braking. He's right up under his bumper. This is a fight for position here. 6th is on the line. Martin thoroughly composed here on the braking, taking his position, and it seems as though he's going to take that position. He's on the inside and he gets it done, ladies and gentlemen. Nice move there from Martin. Webster goes up into 6th position. Number 444, ladies and gentlemen, getting it done for Team Xplay. Rahul Nasseir finally goes into the pits here. He's trying to undercut to John Green. Oswin with too many mistakes has put him 2 laps under these guys. And nowhere in sight. John Green pits, ladies and gentlemen. He follows suit to Rahul Nasseir. How long does it take him though, Rahul? What tires is he on? He's on the super softs again. John Green still in the pits here. Hasn't gotten going just yet. Gets going now. And where is Rahul Nasseir? Rahul coming around the penultimate turn now. Rahul is not going to get the jump on John Green. John Green at the exit of pit lane. There you can see Rahul seeing him, and remains at that 5 to 6 seconds deficit. They both are on fresher tires now, but it's going to get, I suppose it's going to get real demanding at the ending of this race. Oh, Sean Lee with an issue there. Awaiting his opportunity to get back going. Clint 2 with an issue, goes into the pits. Sean Lee teleporting back into the pits as well. What an eventful race this has turned out to be. You'd think because it is a short track, everyone would just stay close together. Nope, it's the opposite. Well, they did mess up the start of this race. That is indeed true. Ooh, Rahul Nasseir with a fast time there, 54.116, his best of the session. He's definitely turning the pressure on John Green now. Is John back on those soft tires? Yes, he is. They seem to be working for the Ford Mustang, so why not let them be? Meanwhile, Rahul Nasseir on the super softs, you can see the two of them right there in one shot now, as it's under 5 seconds for Rahul Nasseir. Might be a little bit more difficult to get the heat in those tires there for John Green. Oswin Wilson is going to get on the podium if he can end this race the way he is right now. But unfortunately, he's not going to have an opportunity to get into second. Oh, he's got the fastest time there. Again, his personal best, 53.8. .53.4 is the fastest from Kurt Moss, though. And he's under 3 seconds now to John Green. John might be in conservation mode as there's some 22 minutes left in this race. Or Rahul Nasseir has just got that pressure up on that car. He's turned the pressure on and he's definitely fighting here. As you saw, the last 2 laps there were his fastest so far. Does he produce that once again? He's obviously on the faster tires here, Rahul Nasseir. And he's about 0.3 faster than John Green per lap. So he's definitely closing the gap here. He's got about 3.3 seconds in order to do so. The Ford Mustang has got a little bit more presence though in the speed range. Top speed, that is. As you saw coming down to the ending of that straight, he was able to pull it open to 3 seconds here. Let's see if he can replicate it again. Maybe not that well there on the right hand turn. No, he's not losing that much time around this section here, John Green. Rahul Nasseir. Now down to 2.6 seconds between them. He's got the faster tires, Rahul Nasseir, but John Green seemingly turning up the pressure now with his fastest time of 54.5. It's still not faster than a 54.0, which Rahul just did. Oh, with problems? Oh, yes, indeed. What just happened there? It seems as though John Green was going to lose it. And he just missed his braking point. Oh, he said his game completely froze. Wow. Oh, man. This is not the first time he's had that issue. He might want to get that computer sorted out. And he's lost now 3 seconds to John Green. He's got 20 minutes left, though. 20 minutes, 10 seconds to be exact. So maybe he can close that gap once more. I hope he hasn't killed the tires too much, though. John Green still is lapping far less than Rahul was. 5 minutes left now for the pit window to remain open. Has anyone else got to pit? No, everyone took one pit already. And maybe that's all they need to get to the ending of this race. Looking back at Martin and Webster, he's about 4 seconds down, 6 seconds down to Kurt Moss. So he's another person here that we gotta watch. You can see Kurt Moss right there ahead of him. Sean Lee is one entire lap down though from the 2 guys in front of him, but he can see them. Martin Webster there. He's got Oswin Wilson in front of him. Oswin is in third, but it seems as though he's not fighting for that pace. So he's just trying to last the race. He's not able to close the gap there though, Martin Webster. Losing time actually, he's now 8 seconds away. Kurt Moss putting on the pressure here. Rahul Nasseir is right around that 4.4 second mark.
After the hairpin, Oswin.
And Oswin is trying to get by Christian Rajnauth. Christian calling it out for him safely, so that Oswin knows where he's going to get that opportunity. Here it is now. Gets it done there, Oswin Wilson. But Martin Webster will want the same courtesy here from Christian Rajnauth in order to not lose any more time to Kurt Moss. Rahul Nasseir is still around 4.4 seconds to John Green. 17.5 minutes left in this race. Right now with Martin Webster. Drive through for cutting given to Klaus Clint, ladies and gentlemen. Race direction there on the ball of things. So he's going to have to take that within 2 laps or risk being disqualified from this race. 4 points are a lot of points to lose here. And he's trying the same move that he put on Kurt Moss here. Ooh, a little bit of shaking there, Christian Rajnauth. And oh, that back. Oh, what just happened there? He's teleporting again, Christian Rajnauth. Christian, you're going to have to watch yourself. You're teleporting.
What's done?
Martin Webster also calling out to Christian because he wants to get by here. And Christian does give him the courtesy of doing so, as he can still see Kurt Moss in front of him there. That's the fight that he wants. That's the position he wants, that 5th position here. And he's working hard for it. He's some 9 seconds away. Meanwhile, Rahul Nasseir has closed that gap just a bit there to John Green. Now sitting at 3.3 seconds. Still got a lot of issues though with that car, Rahul Nasseir. On the softer tire compound, but he can see John Green in front of him. Sean Lee though is between the two of them. It's Christian Rajnauth in the wall. And Sean Lee trying to give Rahul Nasseir the pass here. He does get it done. And so Rahul can get on with his business here with being under 3 seconds to John Green for the lead of this race. We'll come back to this. I want to see where Martin Webster is now to Kurt Moss. Still around 6-7 seconds. Here you can see John Green just leaving the bottom right of your screen, and here's Rahul Nasseir not that far away as they break for the hairpin. We ride now with Rahul Nasseir. Klaus Clint has taken his drive-through penalty 14 minutes left on this clock. Oh, he got it well there, Nasseir, Rahul. And it seems as though, yes, he's claimed some more time there to John Green. He's getting ever closer to that first position fight. With some 13 minutes left on the clock, it's a go here, ladies and gentlemen, I believe. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get too ambitious here. But he's under 2 seconds now. This is going to be quite difficult to get by. There you see the proper distance he has between John Green and himself. John Green, though, doing better there on that last lap. Oswin Wilson in the pits. Why not? He's got some time there between himself and Christian Rajnauth. So he's probably going to go for not a soft compound tire here. He's on the super softs. It's saying that he's in 4th position at the moment.
Cool, cool.
Oh, well, that's because Christian Rajnauth is actually 2 laps down. I believe it's saying that. He needs to get by here, I believe. So, John Green has got Martin Webster and Danny Nasseir in front of him. Danny Nasseir trying to stay out of the way of Martin Webster. And Martin Webster indicating that he will try and stay out of the way of John Green's race here. It says Oswin Wilson.
Well done.
I don't know, but this so yeah, there we go. John Green has been given the opportunity there to get by. Rahul is going to be asking for the same courtesy here. Ooh, too much there. Alright, here we go. He wants to get this done here. Martin Webster stepping aside and giving it to him here. Ooh, a little bit too much there, and I think he touched the wall there, Rahul Nasseir. 10 minutes and 20 seconds left in this session, guys. It's coming closer to crunch time. We've got Oswin Wilson where he's supposed to be on the time charts there. Christian Rajnauth in 4th position. It says that they're 2 laps down. So Christian does have an opportunity here to get by Oswin Wilson. But I do believe he gave that position to Oswin while we were looking away just now. As he is teleporting around the track. That is caused by his internet connection. And he's got a bit of damage there too on the car. I think we did see him facing the other way. Klaus Clint is off track there trying to get back on. Take you back to this fight up front though with Rahul Nasseir and John Green. John now on the 53rd lap of this race. Kurt Moss back into the pits here. Kurt having a lot of issues after starting off on the front of this grid in the pole position. Oswin 2 as well as Martin Webster, but the only person has been able to keep it in check is Rahul Nasseir. Danny Nasseir with an issue there, and it seems as though John Green is involved as well. Yes, it is.
Finally just started straight into me there now.
Not sure what's going on here. We didn't see it happen.
Oh, my bad, man. I'm trying to get a little bit away
And that's race over for John Green, it seems. Again, ladies and gentlemen. In the last race at Barbagallo, it was a backmarker 2 that took him out. But now it's for the leader of this race. He's down and out again. He's not even getting going. Rahul Nasseir goes into first position and is about to lap John Green, I might add. Oswin Wilson does have to unlap himself 2 times from John Green to get into second. And John does get going, but it seems as though he's got a lot of damage here. So he's limping around the track. Rahul Nasseir now comes to basically lap him. So John Green is now officially down a lap. And Oswin, who's right behind him here, will get to unlap himself. He still can get second position, John Green, but it depends on how fast he can get out of the pits here. As Oswin's got 1 lap in order to unlap himself. Looking at Martin Webster, Kurt Moss did have an issue, so Webster does go into 5th position, and he's right behind the tail of Rahul Nasseir. What a race though. John Green finally gets into the pits here. Can he get it going again? Where is Oswin Wilson? He's all the way down at the hairpin. So if John Green can fix this issue and get going again, it doesn't seem so, man. And one would hope he's got a lot of issues to fix on that car.
Just go right.
Kurt Moss too as well in the pits, as Danny Nasseir is in the pits as well. This is definitely gonna go to the stewards here. Oswin Wilson does get that position. John Green gets going again, but Christian Rajnauth, I believe, will get that position too. Yes, he does, ladies and gentlemen. Christian has done it again. Ends up on the podium once again. John Green does get going. Is it enough? What is it? Is it enough though to take the fight to Christian here? It's just as we're about to go into crunch time, it has gotten interesting here. Indeed. This is Christian Rajnauth. He's got Oswin Wilson. Some laps ahead of him. Now it's saying John there is in 5th position. I don't believe this timing is correct, so I'll give you the correct timetable at the end of it. Meanwhile, Oswin Wilson, Christian Rajnauth, they're calling out to John Green. It's saying that John Green is now down 3 laps here. I'm not sure that is entirely correct. There's a glitch in the system. There's a glitch in the matrix here. But we are in crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. Rahul Nasseir with the lead of this race after an incident with John Green and Danny Nasseir. He's got Martin Webster following closely behind. Oswin Wilson is in second position here after a devastating issue at the beginning of this race, and some laps down to second and third position. He's back up into second position. He led quite a bit though, Oswin Wilson, before his issue. And we've got Kurt Moss there with a DNF as he's got too many issues here. He was sitting in pit lane. Klaus Klint will claim a position over him and some vital points. Danny himself is in the pits as well. Unfortunately, he's not going to get an opportunity to claim some points here. John is trying to unlap himself to Christian Rajnauth.
I'm late for us back at the end of the race.
It's Christian giving him that opportunity there as he requested.
I got one lap here at Christian, so it's not a position.
I was hoping it was.
Christian saying he was hoping it was for position.
You need to go by
He
on
wants some action in his life. Meanwhile, Oswin Wilson, he's about 2 laps down, is he? Yes, he is 2 laps down to Rahul Nasseir, but with all that pace, he wants to unlap himself here from Martin Webster, and Martin does give him that opportunity here, as he's probably going to want to unlap himself to Rahul Nasseir as well. Minutes now left in the race. Look at that pass. He's pulling off on Rahul Nasseir, and he gets it done. What a pass. Takes too much of that curb though, and it does throw him off. Oh no. All the excitement boils down to that. He's gonna have another opportunity here, but he's gotta be careful. This is the leader of the race, and unless he can clear Rahul safely. That pass was amazing though. That's definitely one to talk about for sure.
Come on, push your body out there.
And Martin Webster buddy to his rival, or involved in that rivalry, I might add. Putting the pressure on him just a bit. For no apparent reason, because Martin Webster is 3 laps down from the lead of this race, while Ozzy is down by 2. We're under a minute here left at Symmons Plains. Ooh, too much there on the power. It gives him oversteer. And with 30 seconds left in the session, this will be the final lap. John Green produces the final lap of this race with a 53.420. Oswin Wilson did have the pace to win this race here today. But again, due to some unfortunate circumstances, he's going to have to settle for second. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, Rahul Nasseir will claim his 3rd victory here at CSRO, and one vital one in the Supercars. Well done, bring it down to the end of that first section. Thank you.
Congratulations, Christian.
And Christian now comes around here once again.
Thanks, Martin.
To come across the line in 3rd. Well done, guys. Sean Lee just left to finish here. While we will get in line here to conduct this interview with these guys. Alright, congratulations to you guys. First and foremost, Christian Rajnauth, you stuck it in there to stick with it and get to the end, bro. It seems as though you definitely are the dark horse of CSRO.
Thanks a lot. I was surprised about this podium position here, but I'm happy with it. It's a lot of points going into my championship, so that's good.
Most definitely. And it just goes to show what sticking by and just waiting it out might put you in a position. But you did fight for it. Congratulations to you. Oswin Wilson, man. After Kurt Moss messed it up, we had you there for the win of this race, but unfortunately, you had a bit of issue there down that first section. Talk us through it, because we didn't get to see it.
Honestly, I don't know what happened, but I think there's something wrong with this truck because every time I pit, I go in a lap down. And because I pit,
I agree.
yeah,
That happened
because I
to
pit
me.
more. Yeah, because I pit more than Rahul and John, that's why they end up in front of me. So I don't know what to say.
I will definitely
Yeah,
have to
review.
take that to an investigation. But I'm talking about that incident with you down at the first sector before you began your pit stops.
Honestly, it was the tires going, but I can't even remember what way they're talking about. But anytime I made a mistake, it's after the tires went.
Okay, I see. And Rahul Nasseir, you did well as well to stick it out here and claim. But out of everyone else, jump in the start on all from the rest of the field, I should say, you did manage to come bring it home in first position.
Yeah, that was the first 30 minutes of that race was so chaotic. Not even the race starting, and I have two guys jumping the start in front and beside me, getting taken out. Turn two. So the front tires are obviously flat spotted, and yeah, it was kind of hard to manage that. But after a good 20 minutes, I think I finally got the rhythm, and I just started pushing and pushing. And I was slowly catching up to John, very slowly, because I noticed he was on the soft tires, so it was possible to win this race. But I was confronted by my game freezing. I was confronted by cars in the middle of the road, and I was narrowly trying to avoid them. Other than that, got to the pit stop, put on soft tires again, a little bit of fuel, and I just pushed and pushed and pushed. Obviously, I didn't want to win this way. I would have rather had a really nice battle with John like we did at Donington. But I can't complain. A win is a win. And, apologies, John, for what happened to him. I didn't quite get to see it because I was a little too far behind. But yeah, congratulations to the other guys. And yeah, it was a great race.
Yeah, most definitely. We were actually looking forward to that battle as well. It seems as though John got into a back marker. All right, guys, I'd just like to say congratulations once again, Rahul Nasseir, Oswin Wilson, Christian Rajnauth. We definitely have to take this one to the stewards to investigate what was going on. If the track does have an issue, it's definitely not something we notice in testing. Thanks a lot for coming out here, guys, and I will step away now to close off the stream. All right, folks, that was it there from us at CSRO. So, excuse me. All right, it was indeed an awesome race, but we will have to put those complaints there, and we did notice something going wrong. We thought it was with the app, the timing app there, but unfortunately it might be the track. We do test these tracks beforehand just to make sure, we know what we're giving these guys to race with, and it doesn't seem as though that's something that we came across. So this race is definitely going to go to the stores and the race director for review, but it was definitely a great race so far throughout, I would say, except for the mix-up in positions. That was definitely a battle we were looking forward to between John Green and Rahul Nasseir. I keep saying it, I'm going to say it again. They always end up together for fights, man. It's been from the beginning of time. as well as Oswin always ends up in fights with Marlon Young. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks a lot for joining us. We have the Caribbean Endurance Championship next weekend, Saturday, same time, same place. We hope you join us then. If you're interested in joining CSRO, go send us a message on Facebook. And actually, not just Facebook, you can also get us on Instagram as well as commenting right below our YouTube videos. Thanks a lot. Hope you're staying safe, and please like, subscribe, and share if you did enjoy what you saw here today. Ladies and gentlemen, be safe. See you in the next one.